NFC East should really be intriguing. You got 3 teams who are really, really solid, and a 4th team in the Redskins, which will really, really be a team that's really underrated in my opinion. Starting off with the Philadelphia Eagles, can Michael Vick stay healthy enough to make this team a Super Bowl contender, and can he play to the exact same level or even better than he did last year? My opinion is if he regresses the way he played last year, this team is really going to hurt. He had over 3,700 total yards last year and 30 touchdowns. Playmaking is not a problem with him. One of the most dynamic playmakers in all of football. But the thing is, can he stay in the pocket and just make those passes and read the defense a little bit more and run a little bit less and only run when it's needed for him? Moving on to the running back position, they're really solid at running back with Shady McCoy and Ronnie Brown. Ronnie Brown, I think, is the one guy who's really going to make this team go a lot. He was one of the most underrated, probably the most underrated signing in all the offseason this year. And also look out for Dion Lewis. He will help out in the kick return game for right now, but he's a guy who's Shady McCoy and Ronnie Brown combined into one. He's a guy who can run tough between the tackles, has speed on the outside, can catch the ball out the backfield, and actually a good solid blocker for his size. At the running back, as wide receiver, you already know what they have there with Jeremy Maclin and Jackson. Can they stay healthy? If not, it's going to be real trouble for them to find solid, really, really great playmakers. These are the 2 best playmakers, I think, with Jackson and Maclin, with speed and just being able to make a short play and turn it and make it a long play and taking it the distance. They have depth, I think. I have real solid depth behind them with Riley Cooper and Jason Avant. Signing Steve Smith we'll see how that works out for them. Former Steve Smith from the Giants. He's going to be in the slot for them. He's coming off of microfracture knee surgery, so you don't know how that knee is going to respond, especially when he's going to be doing all that cutting. But also, don't forget about Brent Selleck, who's one of the best catching tight ends in all of football. To the offensive line, they have questions there. They're trying to get more athletic at that offensive line. With first-round pick Danny Watkins, how can he help out at guard, and how do they build this offensive line? Moving to the defense, I think this is one of the deepest and strongest lines that you'll see at the defensive tackle, with signing Cullen Jenkins, having Mike Patterson, Trevin Laws, Antonio Dixon. At end, you have Jason Babin, who you signed, Jaquay Parker and Darryl Tapp should help out get a pass rush, and you also have Brandon Graham, who tore his ACL last year, late in the season. He should help out during the middle of the season to later end of the season, help out at pass rushing. They really have real big questions at the linebacker spots. This is a really solid, real weakness for this team. Casey Matthews, the rookie that you got there, at the middle linebacker spot. How are they going to help out? Will they run a lot of more nickels since they have great DBs, especially great corners? How is it going to help out? How's that linebacker situation going to help out? And can they mature and improve enough to contend to help this? Will that linebacker core basically? I would say, are they going to be the reason why they don't really make it to the Super Bowl? Moving to the secondary, they have the best cornerbacks in tandem in the league, with signing Nnamdi Asomugha, the prized possession of the offseason, Asante Samuels, and trading for Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie for Cobb. You want to see how those 3 are going to work as the corners. Are they going to run a lot more nickel with Asante Samuels, Cromartie, and Asomugha, those 3, because they all can't be on the field at the same time unless you're in the nickel package. I want to see how they do there. But they also have questions at the safety position with just depth and playmakers at safety that they're going to really need to help out a lot. Watch out for Jaquan Johnson, a rookie out of Temple. I think he should make an impact at the free safety position for them early for this team. Moving on to the Giants, can Eli Manning stop the turnovers? He had 30 turnovers last year, 25 interceptions. Even though some of those interceptions were tip balls, he's got to make smarter decisions with throwing the football and just cut down the turnovers. Really solid run game. Had over 2,000 yards last year with Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw. Look out for Danny Ware and even Danny Ware should really help out a lot for this team as well at running back, with 3-headed monster that they really like to run the football a lot. You know what they have at the wide receiver spots with Akeem Nicks and Mario Manningham. I think they're one of the best young cores duos at the wide receiver spot. They lost Steve Smith. Who's going to be step up at that slot guy? Dominique Hickson's coming back from an ACL injury. You had Victor Cruz last year, came onto the scene as a preseason in that Jet game over 100 yards. He's a guy that is going to probably be starting in that slot position. Also, watch out for Jarrell Jernigan, the rookie out of Troy, who's a playmaker in his own right at the kick return. He should help out on kick return, punt return playmaker, and slot later on down the line for this team. And maybe you can actually see a little wildcat formation with Jernigan. They lost Kevin Boss at the tight end position, but they're hoping Travis Beckham can be that guy that they've always wanted to step up. He's not a traditional tight end. He's not a really good blocker, but he's a guy who could create mismatches with his speed. He has tremendous speed. He has wide receiver speed at that tight end position, and he should help out with a lot of placement on split out wide or in the slot or in the backfield motioning. He's going to be a guy who should really help out for this team a lot. Offensive line, can it stay healthy enough? They had a lot of injuries last year. They lost leaders like Sean O'Hara and Richard Siebert, but you have the main guys back. Kareem McKenzie, if he could stay healthy at right tackle. You got David Bosch, you signed him from San Francisco. Moving David Deal inside with Chris Snead to form that center line. It's all going to work. Can William Beatty, second round guy from a few years ago, can he protect Eli Manning's blind side? Is he that left tackle? Can he help out for that lot? Is his time to shine? Can he step up and hold down the fort at that left tackle spot? Moving on to his defense, Osi Umenyiora, how is he going to play this year with the knee injury, getting his knee scoped, his contract situation, how's it going to be? They still have one of the best pass rushing threats, best D-lines with Justin Tuck, and also watch out for Jason Pierre-Paul, a double-digit sack guy who's an athletic freak at that end position, who's probably one of the fastest ends in all of football. Inside, they got guys like Chris Canty, Lavelle Joseph should really help out a lot. He's a guy they got last year's second round, can help out at that tackle spot. They feel like he can be a guy who can contribute as well. This team had a lot of injuries. They lost Marvin Austin, the guy who they thought they can really help out with the depth at that tackle spot since they lost Cofield. They still got Rocky Bernard there. Moving on to the linebacker spot. What are they going to do at middle linebacker? They just lost Jonathan Goff to a knee injury, torn ACL. He's out for the season as well. You like that they got Matthias Kiwanuka outside with Bowley. Mark Herzlich can help out at the middle linebacker spot, but look out for Greg Jones, who's going to be starting now. I really like Greg Jones a lot at that middle linebacker position. He's a tackling machine. I think he can make the plays at that linebacker spot, middle linebacker spot for this team. Cornerback depth is really going to hurt this team a lot. They lost Prince Ukamara, first round guy that they got this year. They lost him to a foot injury. He should be back by October. And they lost Terrell Thomas, their best DB or their best corner, to a torn ACL in the preseason game. I want to see. I think Aaron Ross can really help out at that outside spot. I think this is his time to shine. He's finally going to be healthy. He has all the tools. I think he could be a lockdown guy, especially in coverage. He can make a lot of plays on the ball. He expect him to stay, if he could stay healthy, to be a playmaker on that defense. As well as Corey Webster, but they do lack serious depth behind those guys. Hopefully Amukamara can help out as soon as he comes back off that broken foot, even though he's a rookie. I think they have one of the best tandems at the safety position with Antrell Rolle and Kenny Phillips. Kenny Phillips is finally going to be, I think, 100% healthy. He was playing last year, but he wasn't at that speed that we're used to seeing Kenny Phillips with. I think he's 100% healthy, and those two can really have big years for this Giant defense. They have depth behind that. Those two guys with, when you look at Deion Grant, who they re-signed, who helped out on this team last year, and Taylor Sash, a rookie, sixth-round guy that they got out of Iowa, who's really smart and a very good solid tackler, should really help out this team a lot. Moving on to the Dallas Cowboys. Can Tony Romo stay healthy enough for this team and get this team and have them control and basically, can he stay healthy enough to contribute and help this team out a lot to push for the playoffs? Can Felix Jones become that #1 starter? He's going to be the guy carrying the load right now. They didn't re-sign Marion Barber. You have DeMarco Murray, but he can make a solid impact, immediate impact for this team. But he's always been injury prone since his days in college. Can he stay healthy enough? Who steps up at that third wide receiver spot? You got Des Bryant and Miles Austin out there. I think Des Bryant is going to have a really breakout year, especially at punt return and wide receiver this year. Look out for Dwayne Harris to step up in that third wide receiver spot along with Kevin Ogletree. And they have really good tight ends with Jason Witten and Martellus Bennett. Questions at the offensive line. Can they keep Tony Romo upright? They're going young. First round pick Tyrone Smith, really athletic. He's out for a couple of weeks though in the beginning of the season due to a knee injury that he sustained in practice. Got new guys coming in. Getting rid of you let go of Pro Bowl guys like Andre Garrard. You let go of those guys. Montre Holland. You let go of those guys. You want to get younger, more athletic on that offensive line. So this offensive line should probably form later on during the season, but will it be too late? Moving on to the defensive line, they're decent at the defensive line spots. Can Jay Ratliff become that guy at defensive tackle, especially at that nose spot? Can he help out a lot? Linebackers, they're really good at those linebackers. Can DeMarcus Ware be consistent enough? They're solid at corner, but they have lack of questions at that safety spot with lack of depth and talent. Because Rob Ryan, new defensive coordinator, is going to want to blitz a lot, so you want to know what they're going to do there. Moving on to the Washington Redskins, who's starting at the quarterback position? Who's going to be that quarterback? Or are they with Beck or Grossman? Or are they just going to wait till next season and get their guy? They upgraded a lot at the running back position with Tim Hightower and Roy Halou, the rookie. He should really help out a lot. He's the guy that's going to run that zone run blocking scheme. He's going to be a guy who's going to be good running up behind that line. They're solid at the wide receiver spot with Santana Moss, Dante Stallworth, Jamar Gaffney. But watch out for the rookies, Niles Paul and Leonard Hankerson. They should help out a lot. Chris Cooley is one of the best pass catching tight ends in football. He should help out as well. How's that offensive line? Are they improved? They got to improve to keep these to block well as keep the quarterback upright. Moving on to that defense, I think this is one of the best defenses in all of football. They have a really strong D-line with Barry Cofield, Stephen Bowling, and Adam Character. Strong at linebacker, really strong at linebacker with Brian Arakpo and Ryan Kerrigan, who I think Arakpo is going to see a lot of double teams. So Kerrigan can be a guy who's going to push for that defensive rookie of the year spot. Very solid on the inside with London Fletcher and McIntosh. Very strong, very strong secondary, I believe, with D'Angelo Hall, Josh Wilson at corner, and LaRon Landry and Osei Atagwe, one of the best strong safeties in football. He should really help out a lot for this team as well. I think my Redskins are a surprise team for me. Their defense is really strong. It's just what you're going to do with that offense, especially at the quarterback spot with Becker Grossman. But I really like this division a lot. I think they got three teams that can vie for playoff spots. Let me know what you guys think about your favorite team in this division. Leave your comments below. Subscribe to the top of the page, and thanks guys. Talk to you soon.